Number 4, trees have been shown to reduce crime by fostering safer, more sociable neighborhood environments. So how do we go about setting up a shade tree commission? Howard Davidson has given us a good start by writing a draft of a shade tree ordinance for us. I have included it with your handout. Choosing members for the commission. I have a group of very impressive Penn Hills residents that would like to volunteer for the commission, including Sandy Feather, an educator with Penn State Extension, Brian Dolney from Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, and Katie Schuler from Phipps Conservatory. In addition, I would also appreciate your recommendations that might include someone from council, another municipal official, a local tree company representative, maybe somebody from our maintenance department, or possibly somebody from Duquesne Electric. The Shade Tree Commission will develop a written management program that is science-based. This will ensure that the appropriate tree species will be chosen based on the existing site conditions. Our careful selection will help prevent problems such as roots uplifting sidewalks, roots in sewers, trees growing into power lines, etc. An additional goal of the Shade Tree Commission would be to encourage existing businesses to replace trees and shrubs that were originally required by the Penn Hills Planning Commission. This is something that Chris Blackwell, Planning Director, is hoping that we can accomplish. Where would we get the volunteers to plant and maintain the trees? We will use tree tenders that are local residents trained by Tree Pittsburgh on proper planting, pruning, and maintenance. There are currently 1,700 tree tenders in Allegheny County. I have asked their executive director to schedule tree tender classes in Penn Hills, and she is hopeful that they can be scheduled in September. Some organizations, such as Tree Vitalize, provide trees and the volunteers to plant them. And finally, I have had a pretty good track record of getting large groups of volunteers to help me with environmental projects. As you can see, I have a large group of residents who are showing their support for a Shade Tree Commission tonight by wearing green shirts. And I thank all of you for being here. These neighboring communities already have a Shade Tree Commission. Verona, Oakmont, Forest Hills, Aspinwall, Wilkinsburg, Swissvale, Blawnox, Etna, Sharpsburg, City of Pittsburgh, and Edgewood, which is in the process of starting a Shade Tree Commission. I am hopeful that our first projects can include planting trees along the new sidewalk along Frankstown Road near Hochberg Road, a project suggested by Chris Blackwell, and helping 9 Mile Run Watershed Association plant trees across from the new U-Pool and Pay. Finally, I'd like to use Crescent Hills as an example of how trees can positively affect a neighborhood. About a year ago, Crescent Hills was voted as the best overall neighborhood in the eastern suburbs by In Community magazine. I strongly believe that one of the main reasons that Crescent Hills is so desirable is because of its mature trees and the benefits that they provide. By approving a Shade Tree Commission, we can help make the rest of Penn Hills as desirable as Crescent Hills. Thank you.
I do agree with everything that you have spoke on. And I do want to say, first of all, congratulations to you and to all the representatives that are here with you today.
Thank you, Sam.
We have last meeting said that we need to make everyone aware that we are Penn Hills. And I had last month a woman who came up and spoke and gave many, many good suggestions on litter in our community. And serving on planning with Howard Davidson for 10 years before I was on council, I know that Howard has always been pushing trees in our community. And any development that comes in, that was always top on his list. And I do agree with you that a neighborhood that has trees throughout it is so much more becoming than one that is barren of landscape. And I do like that you also have pointed out that it helps with our stormwater runoff. I will admit I was unaware that so many surrounding communities have tree planting, and I will take fault for that because of the fact I don't like Penn Hills to be last on the list. So as I said, when you presented your information to me, I was 100% in favor of it. And I know that Chris is very well educated on grants and how to go about things. So that's why I asked Chris to contact you and guide you on what has to be done. And for the public and the media, as you say, you're not up here asking for funding. So that says a lot that we have concerned residents in our community that is willing to do the work. So I guess the next thing that we would do is, I know that you stated the ordinance was made up by Howard.
Right, it's just a draft.
Right, and who is very familiar with how our ordinances are. So I would ask Chris if you would go over this and see what needs to be replaced or added to, and then put it on our agenda for mayor and council to vote on.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Well, thank you, all of you, for making that so easy for me.
Next on the agenda, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 10th, 2017 council meeting? Mark?
I'd like to make a motion. We approve April 10th, 2017 council meeting minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions from the audience? Questions from council? Roll call.
Mr. Brodnicki?
Yes.
Mayor Kuhn?
Yes.
Dr. Kincaid?
Yes.
Mrs. Sapp? Yes.
Do I have a motion for expenditures May 31st, 2017?
Mayor Cook,
Dr. Kincaid?
I move approval of expenditures for May 31, 2017. Journal vouchers at 0. CD requisitions 14,542.70 cents left over. Master from 37,335 to 37,502 for $1,089,772.99. Grand total $1,100,315.69.
Do I have a second?
Sir.